Hey everybody, welcome back. I'm going to fill up my coffee a little bit. You know me and my coffee. I hope you have a cup of something that you're going to share along with me. We'll wait a few seconds for some more people to join us. I'm going to show you how to make a mug today. 2 mugs actually from start to finish. I just got in just this morning, about 5 minutes ago, some 15-ounce mugs that look like this. I'll have a, whoops, where are they? There you go. I'll have a link for these down below for you so you know where I get them. I've heard a lot of people complain about getting things from this company, saying that they come in broken, but mine always come in perfectly. I've never had an issue. So I'll have the link for these 15-ounce ones down below. This one is a sample that I got. Well, actually, I paid for the sample, but it's a sample that I got, and I'll have the link for this one down below as well. The thing that I prefer about this company over this one is this one I get free shipping, and this one there's a big shipping charge, but they probably have sales where they get rid of it sometimes too. But anyway, I'm going to show you how to do the 15-ounce and the 11-ounce, and all that I use is a heat press. It's one of those ones I got from Amazon. It was a 4-in-1 or a 5-in-1. So you get the plate presses, you get the cap press, and you get the mug presses as well. So let's go now to my screen. And by the way, look at that thing scrolling down below. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell so you don't miss it when I have new videos or new tutorials coming up. So, let me show you now. What I'm going to do this time is I'm going to show you how to do this. What I've done, and let me solo this one, is I went ahead and, okay, my grandparents came from Czechoslovakia. All they spoke was Russian. So this is actually written in Russian. And what it says is, go with God. You know, in these trying times, this is for me personally to remember when I get nervous, or I think, you know, what's happening in this world, I'll just remember that God ultimately is in control and we don't need to worry. But that's this one. So what I'd like to do after I do this in silhouette is I print them out just to see, okay, is that fitting where I want it to fit? Is it the right size? And I really like the size of this one. I thought it was a little too small for this one, so I printed out 2 more. And this time I'm going to show you, I changed the color of this because I was trying to match the inside color more of this mug. And I'll show you how I go about doing that as well. So let's go to my silhouette screen and get started. Okay, before we go to silhouette, I thought I would show you the website that I'm using. You can just go to translate.google.com. And if you don't remember that, just go into Google and then type in the word translate and you'll get to something very similar to this. As I said, I had mine say, go with God, but you can make yours say anything you want it to say. Wow, this is weird. I never knew this was available. Oh my gosh. Look at this, you guys. Okay, look, I just found something fun. So I can turn on handwriting here, and I can actually just write it in with my mouse. Not very well, but there's the word hope, and down here it is. And then I could translate the word hope. Right now it goes to English. If I wanted to, I could make it Spanish or Arabic or any of these other ones that I prefer. Whoopsie daisy. Let's see, what else can I make it? What I did on mine was I made mine Russian. Look, you could do Vietnamese, you could do Swedish, Greek, German. Oh, that's really cool. I'm not sure what that is for. Verified. Okay, I'm not going to contribute. So what I would do then is I would just copy this. That's the word hope written out in Greek. And then all I would do is come over here to Silhouette and right click and say paste. And there it is, just like that. So I can write out anything I want. This is hope. This was go with God. Let's go back to that site for one more minute. Maybe you want to have it say, I don't know if it could do names. I bet not. Let's see. Patty Ann. I don't think it's going to be able to say names, but I'll check it out just to see. How about in Russian? Patty Ann. Yeah, how about, nope. They don't know it, I guess. Anything else? Spanish? Yeah, see, you can't really do names like that. Did you mean that? Does that help? No. All right, so let's do another one. Let's do love is all you need. Okay, that Feeling like the Beatles right now, that song, if you remember that one. Let's go back. Let's check out another. Let's do, now I don't know that Chinese works, so I'm going to try it. It works right here, but when I tried to copy it earlier, I said copy. Okay, copy that. And what I think is really cool too is you can listen to it. Isn't that cool? But anyway, I'll go back and let's see if it will work in Silhouette. I'll right click and say paste. Okay, for some reason the Chinese doesn't work. It just comes in like little boxes like that. And I'm not exactly sure why. So what you'd need to do then is save it a different way. So let's see, let's go back to this one more time. I'm wondering, well, I'm not exactly sure. So I'll go to a different one instead. But I'm not sure. You know, I haven't checked what all these buttons are. Copy translation. Okay, it's been copied. Let's see if that works any better if I come back here and paste. Nope. So delete that. So I'm just playing around with this a little bit. Suggest an edit, copy, share it with Twitter, with email. All right, anyway, so let's go. Love is all you need. Let's try that in one other language. I'll do Italian. Love is all you need. Okay, I'm going to copy this. And I'll come back to Silhouette. And I'll paste. And there it is in Spanish. And I can double click on this if I want to and squish this like this. And if I was putting this on a mug, you know, what I can do is then just click on this to highlight it and come over here to the text style panel and make my text centered. So it looks like that if I want it on a mug. And of course what I did on mine where it says go with God, I just put a heart on it. So if I wanted to on the same one right here, I could, you know, ungroup this right now and just maybe grab this heart and hold down my Alt key and duplicate one and bring it down here, maybe make it a little bit smaller. And you know, I could do this and Alt and make another one, bring it over here. Love is all you need. And I could, you know, put them all around here if I want to. Whoops, gotta hit Alt and then drag one over. And then I could make it all red if I wanted to, or make it several different colors. I just made it black instead of red. There we go, red. And then I could have that on my mug just like that. I'd want to group it. And I think this would be a really fun thing to do, especially if you have family that came from overseas somewhere. You know, do you have grandparents or great-grandparents who came over through Ellis Island, who spoke another language? I think it'd just be really cool to make something like this. And again, as Stephanie happened to say yesterday, we talked about this in our Patreon class. She said this would be a fabulous thing to do for our cards that we make for kids. You know, the cards for kids that we donate, because they always need cards for different countries, and this way we could make it say something that the child in some other country or the elderly person that the card gets delivered to, it would be in their language, and that'd be fun. So let's now go back one last time to this so I can show you again. So all you do is go to translate.google.com, and then you can type in anything you need, anything you like, just the word love if you want. Obviously, in Italian, it's amore, but there's all these different languages that you can do. Let's see what love looks like in German. And we can hear it.
Liebe. Liebe.
I'm going to go back to Spanish because I took Spanish in high school. What'd you guys take in high school or college? I took Spanish. Where is it? Spanish. There it is. How about if I say I love you? Because, you know, Valentine's Day is coming up. Maybe you want to put this in a language for someone for Valentine's Day. I love you.
Te amo. Te amo.
And again, all you have to do is right-click on this and copy it, and then come over here to Silhouette, right-click and paste it. And you know what, you guys? You don't even have to have a cutting machine to do this. Okay, so let me remove these because this is the one I'm going to work on to show you from beginning to end. Let me group this one back together because here's how it looked originally. Okay, this is the way it says in Russian, go with God. And then I added the heart. So we know whenever we're going to do something that's for HTV, now if you're doing it for HTV, you'll want to have a machine. But if you're doing this for sublimation, you don't need a machine. All you need to do is grab both of these, right click and say flip horizontally, and then just print these on the special paper that you have. And I'll show you my paper now. Okay, before we continue on, I wanted to show you how these mugs came boxed, the ones I just got today. So obviously it says fragile all over it. And you open this up and you have this really heavy duty bubble wrap. Okay, there's one layer of it. Then you have another heavy duty layer of bubble wrap, and then another layer, and then another layer, and another piece. And then all of this also goes underneath the box as well. So then when I was able to open this box, as you probably can't see, but not a one of these is broken. They're all in perfect shape. So I will have the link for this one down below for you. I love this company. So these are 15-ounce mugs. First time I've ever used in this size. I've only used the 11-ounce so far. But I know a lot of people like a larger mug when they're drinking their coffee. Okay, I feel like I'm jumping a little bit around back and forth here today. And pardon that, I'm sorry about that, but I'm just excited about these mugs that I got, that I just showed you. And if you look up at my screen, you can see the name of them is the SUBLICraft ones. And for 12 of them, they're $32.95. But here's the thing, check this out. When I say add to cart, check out, I have 2 of them in there now because I've done this before. Oh, there was a discount price too since I paid over $50, but let's just remove one of those. Well, anyway, what I wanted to show you was that look, check right here, free shipping. Even if I had only bought 1 box of these, it would have been free shipping. So that's what I wanted to show you with that. Now look down here again and you can see the type of sublimation paper that I'm using. And I have this linked up in my store, my Amazon store, and I have that link down below this video. But really, you know, this is the only one I've ever tried so far. So there are probably many, many more that would work just as well. I know that Heat Press Nation has them. So if you want to do your one-stop shopping and just come up here to Sublimation, and you could go to printers, of course, if you wanted to get a printer, but Sublimation Paper. And at first I looked at these and I thought, my gosh, they're expensive, because I scrolled way down here and I saw like $160. But if you go up here, looky, they're not bad. 13, you know, that's 5 sheets only though. I'm not sure exactly what mine cost, but you could check it out. Here's 110 sheets. And I always like to look at the ratings too. So anyway, this is what my sublimation paper looks like. It's white on one side and blue on the other. When I put this in my printer, I need to have a blue side up, because when it goes through my printer, it's going to print on the white side, and that's what I want it to do. When I bring it out of my printer, you're going to be surprised that it doesn't look as vibrant as you would expect, but that is normal. Once you heat press it on, once you sublimate it, the colors will become very vibrant. So let's continue on. Okay, as I said, I mentioned, actually, I wanted to make the red color that's going to be on here match this as best I could. Now, I'm not an expert at this. I'm sure you can find out better information maybe from other people, but this is what I know right now. So here's what I did. Let's look up at my screen. Okay, so what I wanted to do now was to have my text match the red color of this handle or the interior of this mug. And in order to do that, what I did was this. Let's look up at my screen and I'll show you. Okay, what I did was I went to Google and I typed in color codes. Now there are 2 types of codes that you could get. One that's called a hex code, HEX, and the other, which is called, let me show you so it makes more sense to you, RGB, red, green, and blue. So here's the hex numbers, and these are the RGB numbers. Usually for websites you use, or I think almost always you use hex codes to change the color on websites and things like that. RGB can also be used, but a lot of times you'll use RGB for print things as well as CYMK. CMYK. Anyway, so what I decided to do, and let's go back to that page I was first, I came here to color codes, and then I just started, and looky here, there's one that says red. So I just started looking at these to see, is there a color in here anywhere that kind of matches the inside of my mug, and I see something here kind of does. I went right here, and then I came over to this right here. Red, 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 yellow, yellow color palette. Okay, so the one that I thought kind of matched the inside of my mug here was the second one. And notice there are the hex colors or the hex numbers. So if I wanted this red, I would get this number. If I wanted this pale yellow, I would get this number if I was using it for a website. If I'm using it for print, I would like to get the RGB. So I want to use this one. So the RGB number for the second one in is this. So all I have to do is just highlight that, right click and say copy, and then come back into Silhouette. And what I would do is this. I would right click right here and say paste, and that puts the numbers in there that I need to use, right? My RGB numbers. So we can really see what happens. So let's change both of these to a different color so you can check and watch this. Okay, so what I need to do is select both of these things because I want to change their colors. I'm going to come over here to this paint palette, and I need to go to Advanced Options, and right here it says Hex. I need to use that drop down menu and get to RGB. Then I'm going to type these numbers into the little sections I'm allowed to use. So it'll be 214 in that first one. The second one will be 26, and the third one will be 26. And that should make them the color that I thought I liked over there. And you know, it looks a little bit pinky to me right here. Did I do that right? 214, 26, 26? I did. Let me go back over there and make sure I got the right number. So let's go back over this one, 24. Yeah, that looks it, but that looks a little pinkier over there, doesn't it? Let me try it again. 214, 26, 26. Copy. Go back. 214, 26, and 26. Okay, well maybe that doesn't really look pinky now that I clicked off, so it looks pretty good. So I can get rid of this now. And now, since I've already gone ahead and flip these horizontally so they'll print properly, I can just go ahead and print these on the special sublimation paper that I have. So I'll just come up here to File, Print. There they are. I'll say print again. This time what I need to make sure I do is pick the printer that I have for sublimation. Notice I have the word sublimation after it. It's an Epson 7720 that I've converted to sublimation, which for those of you who are scared, that's no big deal converting. It sounds scary, but it's really not. So I click on that and then go to Preferences and Paper Source, Auto Select, plain paper. I'm going to change this from standard to high. I think that's, oh no, what I'm going to do is come down here. I forgot. I made some presets right here. Now you can automatically change these every time you want to if you prefer, but I made a preset here that I saved, so it's always going to say the exact thing I want it to say. Okay, so I don't have to go through anything. Like watch. When I change that to there, it changes to different settings over here. If I change it to this one that I've set myself, it tells it. But this is something that you can learn from your own printer and the type of ink that you use. So I would just say okay and then print. This is going to print over there on my sublimation printer, and I'll bring it back and I'll show you what it looks like on the paper. Okay, I have my heat press here set up to 380 degrees for 190 seconds. And this is plugged into that. So this is what's actually being heated, my mug press. Then I have my mug right here and my paper onto which I've already printed what I wanted to do. So I'm going to go ahead and tape this on with this tape that I got also from Heat Press Nation. But like I said, there's always plenty of places where you can get things. I almost put that on upside down. Oh my gosh, guys, y'all. Okay, so there's that. And I want to push it over so there's no buckling or anything in it. Get this side. And I like to make sure that that looks straight. It's a little hard to tell because I cut it a little bit crooked. So I'm hoping I'm getting it straight. That's one thing I recommend, you know, when you cut your paper, you know, to try to cut it straight. I'll show you what I'm talking about in one sec. As soon as I get this off of here. I think I cut my nails too short. Barely usable. Okay, so here's what I'm talking about. This right here, it's way up at an angle. It's crazy. So I'm trying to ignore that and just look at the text that's in here so I can make sure I put it in here straight. Now my heat press is already done heating. So as soon as I get this taped on, I'll be ready to start. And I'll just start and then I will turn my video off and join you back here when this one's done. Using a little more tape than I usually use. Okay, so the next thing I'll do is just come up here and place this right in here. And then shut this up like this. And say go. I thought I released that so it wasn't too tight. It was awfully tight when I just pressed this in. So I hope it's not going to be a problem. But I'll be back. Okay, there are about 15 seconds left. When the timer goes off, I'll release this and bring it out. It'll be very, very hot. I'll need to be very careful. The handle would be okay, but I will not touch the mug. So the timer's going to ring. Turn that off and then get this out carefully. So let's see what we have. So I'm going to let it stay here for just a sec. Oh my gosh, that turned out beautifully. Look at that. Go with God. Isn't that cool? Now I'm going to check out before I do anything else. This is a heat safe surface. I'm going to bring my other mug over here. Now I've already taped this on so you didn't have to watch me do that. But I'm just curious to see, is that going to match? Well, it kind of matches. It's a little bit darker. But it's in the same family. So I think that's going to work just fine. And I really like how that turned out. Okay, let's do this one then. So I'll put this one in for the same amount of time. And, but you know what I need to do? Ooh, I wish I had one here. Let's see. Here we go. I have one here that I want to test because I think the pressure won't be right. So I'll need to fix this. This is just an old one that I messed up. So I can put it in here and see, is the pressure going to be good? Yeah, that's a little bit light, right? So, whoa, I touched that thing. So I can, oops, there we go. A little bit more. Okay, that's good. Okay, so now, since I've tested that one, I can go ahead and put this one in. Now, I will tell you something about that other company that I talked about earlier, and that there is a shipping charge. There is one nice thing that happens with that company, and that is this, that you get a, box. Each one comes with a box. So that if you're giving them as gifts, you know, you get a nice box like this. Of course, this won't fit in here because this is the bigger mug, but you get a nice box that it comes in. And I think that's pretty terrific. All right, I'm going to stop this one and I'll be back to show you it. Okay, again, there's about 15 seconds left. When the timer goes off, I'll open this one up, bring out that mug, and we can check it out and see how well it turned out. Just letting it cool for 1 second. As I said, the handle is not hot, but if I touch that mug, I will burn my hand really badly. So when I do this, I just use my fingernail to start peeling away the tape a little bit. Okay, that turned out really, really nice too. I am super pleased with how both of these turned out. Oops. Thanks again for joining me. I'm so excited to do some more of these mugs. I can't wait to figure out some other sayings I might put on them. Remember, this is my new set of 15-ounce mugs. But anyway, don't you think these turned out really super cute? I love them. And I've already asked my sister which one does she want, and she's already told me she wants the big one. So remember Jean Frieda from back when? She wants the big mug, so I'll keep this one for me. So again, thanks for joining me. Check out my links down below. Please subscribe and share, and check out my links like I said. I'll see you again soon. Happy sublimating. Bye-bye.